out because I'm heading out on the river. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going or who I'm going with, but I did want to tell you about the gear that I'm taking because this is the first time I have taken all of this gear with me on a backpacking slash camp trip. Now, I have a canoe, to be completely honest. There's a bunch of people doing kayaks, but I'm going to have a canoe, so I'm going to have a little bit more space. So I have a bigger backpack, but this isn't all. I have some stuff over here to the left, which I'll cover in a second. But again, I wanted to show you what I'm using as a personal flotation device, my camp setup, some of the items I'll be using as an alternate in case there's no campsites for hammocking, my electronics, and just a general overview of these items. Now, it isn't extensive to the food. I'm just saying that this is all just gear related stuff. And again, for the purpose of this video, why am I doing this? I encourage everyone that's getting into backpacking to do the same exercises. Lay out all of your gear as you see like this, and to go through each one of the items as you put it away, because then you know in your mind, it's all there. Mountains and more, dude. You going kayaking? Yes, I am going kayaking. If you can see over here, I don't know if I should have my, I've got a couple paddles, and those paddles actually have been used to be on the river, Chattahoochee River, multiple times throughout my lifetime. So I've been using that. It goes back several years. I don't know if you can see all that, but anyway. Yes, I'm into kayaking. It's not my primary thing. I have the Chattahoochee by my house. I do this randomly. This trip is just random. I got invited to go, and I took the opportunity, so I can't wait to do that. Now we're talking. I want to expand it too. I want to start doing some different things because you see me on the AT, you see me on the Pinhoney Trail, you see me in the Smokies, you see me doing hiking, and everyone does different things, but I want to shake it up a little bit and show you what life on the river might be. Now, I'm probably going to a different state. So I'm going to give you a little hint around that. I'm going to a different state too. So I'm actually going to an area where I'm meeting up with people, but this is the gear that I'm going to be using. The boat that I'll be using will be on the river already. I think I'm in a canoe if I heard things correctly. And again, that's part of these items. So what I wanted to do was show you my PFD first, because I'm kind of proud of this. I got this a few years ago and I've only used it a handful of times, but it is way more comfortable than the traditional life preserver or whatever. You can see it's kind of opened up in the back here. This is by Fullest. I hope I'm saying that right. Ebb, I guess, is the name of the product here. I got this because it has pockets in the front, so I can easily store things, but again, it's easy to get on and off. It's not like a traditional life jacket. This is a PFD that I think is going to work out just fine. I've had no trouble with this on the Chattahoochee River. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, so as I move down, my paddles here, these are nothing special, but these are day trippers. These are Carlisle day trippers. These are a super reliable paddle. I've had them for, I don't know, at least 14 years at this point, maybe 13 years at this point. Super reliable there. But this backpack is what I'm going to be storing most of these items in. And the reason why I think this is important, this is one of my first backpacks, right? And I got this backpack to travel internationally. It has lots of pockets and zippers, but I've modified it by putting waterproof bags in certain areas. And speaking of waterproof, this is actually a hybrid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up and show you on the inside, I've got this Hyperlight liner bag. Now, why is that important? Well, on the water, you're going to need to be protected from water, at least your dry items do. So I have this pack, but what's cool about it is it has these straps on the back here. If I want to use this as just a ultralight day pack for my items that need to stay dry, like my clothes or any type of toiletries, I'll be putting that inside of the pack. But this pack is a 50-liter pack, and it has more than enough room to put in huge tents like this. And again, I would be putting this in the canoe, and I have a handle here, so it'll be easy for me to get in and out. My electronics, anything I need to have quick access to. Again, everything's going to fit inside here. And I'm going to go through all the items, but that's what this backpack is. I know people are like, what kind of backpack is that? It's a hybrid backpack. That's what it is. It's a Hyperlight backpack. Jacob Elmer says, you doing any hunting? No, but I would like to get into that. I wish there was more outdoor channels. I would love to be invited on a hunting trip. So if you're watching this channel, invite me on a hunting trip. I would like to go do that. I have no problem with that. Mountains and more, you should come up and go kayak trip with Crow and Squid. Come up with us, serious. Oh, if the invite is there, we should consider that. All right, so that's the liner. That's my dry bag. It goes inside this Kelty Red Wing backpack, as you see here, plenty of room on the sides to store things for your water or anything you might need access to quickly, like again, water filtration. You got that there on the side. What is that? I guess I should start with that too. I'll move into some of the clothing and stuff of that nature. But I've got a water filtration system here. This is the Grail, I think it's the GeoPress. It acts also as a stove. This is titanium, so you can actually use this to heat water up in. So it's actually like a dual stove. It has a filter here that takes out viruses and bacteria. Now I'm gonna be taking plenty of gallons of water, I think. But if I do need to purify, this has been great for me in all kinds of situations. The Grail Ultra Press, sorry. I have the GeoPress. The Ultra Press is a shorter, smaller version of it, but you can use the base of here, titanium, for heating up water and so forth. Jacob Elmer, it looks good with guns though. I don't want to take you. You good with guns though? I don't want to take you into the woods and get shot on accident. Yes, I am a crack shot, actually. I actually don't promote that stuff, but yes, no problem there. Umbrella, no brainer. This is a Montbell. You've probably seen this on prior videos. Just a mini solar umbrella. But the reason why I like the solar is obviously you're exposed on the sun. On the rivers with the sun, right? You want to make sure you're being protected. And I'll talk about some of my sun gear in a second, but when you have an umbrella, make sure you get the solar UV protection on it. That's very important. I've used this in the desert. I've used this in high open exposed areas on mountain ridge lines, especially if there's just direct sun, you're going to get beat. Montbell, I guess, is the name of the company that makes this ultralight umbrella. Now my stove system, it looks a little different here. I should show you this. This is the Jetboil Stash. I picked this up earlier this year, took it out to Grayson Highlands, and this thing is awesome, right? Everything fits inside of it. You got the fuel canister, the stove, and all that stuff. This is also made of titanium. This is a pricey item, but I like how everything fits together. It is pretty ultralight for the most part. It holds enough water and so forth to do coffee and whatever you need to make in the morning. This is Jetboil Stash all in one, so you should check that out. I did a video on it comparing it to the Pocket Rocket Deluxe, and also the BRS 3000, that little mini stove. So if you're into that, check out that video. It's also on my site. So anyway, water filtration, umbrella, cook system, good to go. Down below here, now they told me that there's not always going to be a lot of camp spots. So what I did is I brought an extra hammock system. Now, I'm not sponsored by Eno or Eagle's Nest Outfitters or whatever, but I do have these things. They've lasted forever. They're basically bomb-proof. I would love to get another hammock system. I would love to upgrade my hammock system. I want to get like a Superior gear or a Dutchware gear or hammock gear. I don't know which hammock you guys have, but I have these hammocks. They've done just fine. I mean, this is the double nest, leave no trace. So for the most part, if you're just a everyday, I guess, hammocker, these things do just fine, but they are a lot of materials. They are kind of weighty. There's no insulation. You know, there's pros and cons to all that, but that's my hammock system that I'll be having here as a backup. Now my tent over here, this is the REI Passage 2. This is a bomb-proof tent. I've had this for 13 years. I take this on every one of my events to festivals type situations or anything where I'm not really worried about tent. I took this to Pit Hody Fest, and you know, so I can leave it out in the field and not have to worry about it getting messed up. It does get wet through every now and then, so that is something of caution. So I do have this as with the tarps just in case anything happens. Jacob says, "Oh wow, you eat them too." Let's see, squirrel hunt mainly on. Oh, we got some conversations going on. All right, great. It seems like Tom Walker's in the house. How you doing, my friend? Canoe trip? Yeah, it is in the works. I'll be out this week. I'm not saying where I'm going, but make sure you stay tuned for that. Caveman Hiking says, hit me up about hammocks when you're ready. Yeah, I would like to know. I mean, right now, what are you using? I guess it's a good question. What's the hammock in your backpack? Is it a custom deal, or did you have a, I think it's Dutchware if I had to guess, right? I think you're a Dutchware guy. Anyway, on the side here, I also have this foam closed cell mattress by Xped. I picked this up at Trail Days. I love this for areas where you might have burrs in the sand. What I heard was we're going to be in an area where there's going to be banks and we're on the sand, and there might be burrs that you need to be cautious of. So when you are in that situation, if you're in a tent, obviously it's going to poke through, but if you're worried about your air mattress, you need to have one of these as your base, just so you're not like having anything poke through. So the X-Ped closed cell mattress. And then I also picked up at Trail Days. This is another new piece of gear. This is the X-Ped Sin Mat, right? This is a insulated mat. This is super comfortable though. I love how comfortable X-Ped products are, but this is heavy, right? This is not something I put in my backpack on a normal trip, but I did pick this up. There is a video with the Flextail Zero Pump inflating it, but I did want to show you what this is. The Ultra 5R long and wide. Excellent sleeping bag. So you'll see this in the video. Just wanted to give you a first-hand. Jacob Elmer used to run off from home, high school, camp in the woods. With canned food, I still see that's the way I remember backpacking too. But now that we're getting older, I like to have a little comfort, like this air mattress from X-Ped. Again, that's the Ultra 5R long and wide. Check that out if you're interested in more information. Super comfortable. Definitely recommend it though. I'm up here as might surprise you. I have a no-name. It might even be like an Ozark Trail or something like that, like a mummy bag. Let me see here. 45-degree Alpine design mummy bag. So it shouldn't get down too cold. I do have an extra blanket in case, and also this dry bag. But nothing special on the quilt. A little more weight than I'd usually take, but you get the idea. Jacob, yeah, sleeping on rocks is painful. Closed cell mattress, I'm telling you. All right, so you've seen the mummy bag. This is what I also recommend. This is a great synthetic blanket. This is the double puffy blanket from Get Out Gear. Now, this is a synthetic blanket. Now, there are some pros to this in terms of being able to keep you somewhat warm. It does have, I would say, a rating of limit of 40, but this is the extra warm. So with the mummy bag and this, I've got just enough down to those temperatures around 40 degrees. This is synthetic, so if it gets wet, I'm still gonna have the ability for it to keep me warm versus, you know, down products, which if they get wet, they're pretty much useless. So there you go. There's the camp system, blanket, sleeping bag, mummy bag. Oh, one more thing. Oh. This is what I'm talking about. This is the Nemo Philo pillow. I'll pull this out. Relatively easy to get out, but this is the newer edition. I do not take this backpacking with me, but this, my friends, look at this pillow. Oh yeah. That's buttery. It has like a foam in there and an air mattress. So man, this is like kind of like glamping. You know what I'm saying? You pull this out. Oh boy. This is luxury. So I've got that as my camp system. Little bag here in the back. This all wraps up and rolls into. I'm not going to try to do that now. You don't want to see me doing that. Okay, so the holidays are coming up. I have something I want to show you guys because this is very important, so listen up. If you guys are looking for one of the best backpacking gifts to get any backpacker, right? You guys should be checking out Hilltop Pack. What do I mean that? They just released a new material that is supposed to be incredible. It's like DTO something, but they can print any image on your food bag. It has a flat bottom. And also has a spoon stash bag, like a spoon stash area for your spoon. This right here, my friends, if you're looking for the perfect gift for any backpacker, check this out on Hilltop Pack. This is a custom food bag. They have all kinds of bags that they can customize for you, but definitely check that out. Inside the bag here, another great item for any backpacker, by the way. This is one of those snap bowls by Fossils. This comes together. Let me show you. You just basically clip it as you go together. I'll give Senior Hiker 77 and Atypical Hiker credit for this. But sharing is caring. It always nice to have a little bowl. Please, sir, I'm hungry. Can I have some of your food? Just in case you're at camp and you run out of food. This is perfect. Or if you're sharing like different items. Oh, I got my plate here. This breaks down. It goes right inside the food bag. It's perfect. Now, as far as the food goes, I'm going to be taking different items. I have the ability to keep it cool. So what I wanted to show you on that note was this. This is, oh my gosh, I almost lost my phone there. This is my Evergreen or Evergreen cooler. And the cooler is insulated, so I'll be able to put most of my items inside of here. This little liner here. So it's kind of got a I'll put any kind of cool ice down below, but anything I want to take, like lunch meat or bread or cheese or all that can stay cool down below. I don't drink alcohol, but I do drink bubble water, so I might have some cold soda waters. Oh, how interesting. Or maybe some energy drinks. Let's get crazy on some Rockstar, baby. Woo, fruit punch, I love it. Anyway, so all of my food would go inside that, but the food bag, I do keep that on every trip just because it helps me organize my items. I do still like to keep a backup in my food bag of 2 different systems. The daily food here, all the consumables, and also I keep the fuel and all the smelly stuff in a separate. So I keep these 2 items always in a food bag, 1 day of food and my fuel and stuff in another bag here. The reason for that is it helps me to, keep my weight down, but I at least know I'm covered and I can take things out if I'm not going to have a stove system. You get the idea. And I just take my food bag, and that's what I do there. As far as my footwear goes, I'm going to be using these oboes. I don't know the actual name of them. I just bought them because they're not Tevas. They look like Tevas, but they do the functionality of what river shoes are supposed to do. Easy on and off, and when you get into muddy areas, you can hunker them down. Excuse me. All right, so my seat here, this is a larger chair. I don't know if you guys saw that. This is the Big Agnes Mika Basin camp chair. Now, I picked this up last year, and this is an awesome chair for even just backpacking in a few miles. Like, this is worth the weight. I think it weighs closer to 2 pounds if I was looking at this on a scale. But the reason why this is great is it's way more sturdy. So I found this to be the ideal tent, especially if you're in unstable, sandy areas. The legs are a little bit more stable. Other items that are going in my pack, I guess I should talk about my socks. Those are darn tough socks. Nothing to shock there. But there is something to talk about with the clothing. The clothing that I'm going to be taking are items that I use on a regular basis. And I'll go ahead and walk through that now. All right, so as you can see here, I have a rain jacket. This is important. You're on the river for several miles. You're going to want to have something in addition to an umbrella to keep you covered from wind and rain. Very important. This is the Lightheart gear. I don't even know if they have a label on these things. This is just something my friend Johnny Camper actually gave me this. I don't see a label. Anyway, Lightheart gear. I don't know. You get the idea. But the sun protection, right? This is the Fayette Chill sun hoodie. Look at this, man. This is some awesome quality. It's super breathable. And you got a hoodie on top, keeps your head covered and so forth. So again, on the river, it's not just about keeping dry. You got to make sure you're clear from the sun and exposure. So I've got this Fayette Chill sun hoodie. You should definitely check this out. This has been one of my favorite items. I picked multiple backpacking trips. I've used this. It does keep you kind of warm, but it also keeps you kind of cool. It has like a nice easy breezy hiker dude type of effect to it. I don't know if I stole that from somebody else or not. Anyway, that's my sun hoodie. And then for my pants, this might be surprising, or maybe not, but these are the Patagonia Terrebonne joggers, right? Patagonia. But these are super thin, and they are breathable. I hike in these all the time, but if you get near a campfire, boy, these things catch on fire quick. But as far as excellent keeping you covered from the sun, the Patagonia Terrebonne joggers. These, if you have anything on your wish list, you should be picking these up because these are excellent hiking pants, backpacking pants. I've used them on the Alabama Triple Crown, multiple backpacking trips. These are the ultimate hiking pants. So make sure you check into this. But also from sun coverage, you saw the sun hoodie, you saw those pants, you saw my jacket. I'm covered, right? I'm gonna be just fine. Now I might take another jacket. Synthetic is what I'm thinking. The Patagonia Nano Puff, and that's what's on my mind. Now down below, there was a few other widgets I wanted to show you. All right, this is the Lucy light. This is an excellent solar powered light, multiple settings. This lasts forever. This is a great thing to have on any backpacking trip. This inflates. I don't think you need me to do that, but check out Lucy lights. Again, another excellent backpacking gift for any backpacker. They would love this, the Lucy light. Check it out. Now to inflate my sleeping pad, I normally use the zero pump, but I'm not taking all of my best gear, so I'm gonna be using my limited edition Flex Tail Tiny Pump 2.0. So that's what I'm using. But the reason why I like this is it also is an extra light source. So I can hang it up just in case I need it. So got my lantern, an extra light source. This will help illuminate at camp. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I got different settings. And this has lasted me on a weekend trip, no problem with the light. Low setting and then inflating my pad, no problem. So this should be good to go. And then as far as another cool little doodad, again, I can put all this stuff in the pack. I've got the Flex Tail tiny repeller, right? And this is a lantern, but also it repels these insects with these little pads. You just put them in here. You can see I've been using a lot. And I guess that's good to show you. This is what a used one looks like, a used pad. Anyway. You get the idea. Sounds more love my Lucy light. Yeah, buddy. Lucy light, yeah. So you can see it does heat up these little paths and it emits this like scent. But when you have light, this is the heating it up. You can see the different settings for that, but it also has light. It's a lantern. Come on now. That's what makes this super cool. So I've got bug protection, bug repellent. I can keep this in the canoe. I've got my Lucy lantern. I've got my additional light source there. So I've got plenty of light for illuminating the camp. So I'm good to go on that. But this is a nice to have. You don't need to have this. This is just something extra. I found that having these lights from Big Agnes is pretty cool. You just basically set up the lights inside your tent. So you don't have to have your headlamp on or any of that stuff. So this is kind of Gucci living right here. Oh, does it even work? I'm gonna turn it on. There we go. You get the idea. This will be just fine for around the tent as well. So I have plenty of illumination. This is what you do. This is gonna be a good little trip. So for everyone joining the channel today, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the live stream, this is what I'll be taking on my backpacking / kayak / canoe trip down the river. The full video for this will be out in the near future. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them now. So yeah, this is what I'll be doing on the next video. Now, as far as other backpacking trips, I did want to mention a couple things. I'm just reading through the comments. Sorry if I'm shaking the screen here. I had to cancel the Foothills Trail. That was due to the trail actually being closed. And then the AT, we're also looking at some places where I was going to be that just wasn't accessible. I stayed out of those areas for the time being, just out of general respect. But I do have some backpacking trips coming up. In fact, in the near future, I'll be backpacking with Joey Outdoors. I'm finalizing things with my wife right now, Joey, just letting you know, trying to get that all together. But looks like I'll be doing a through hike of the PMT for the 5th or 6th time, right? That'll be fun, and also doing that with a friend. Hiking on the PMT is great. If you have any questions about the PMT, always feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to do that. Let's see here. Mountains More said, I bought a set of lights before our trip to camp on Camp Lookout. Love them. See, yeah, so on the water, when you have all this light, it's just going to be awesome seeing that reflection out there. So I recommend lights. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm so insty, I want to make a magical campsite. It's just nice to be able to see. Now I've got other doodads and lights and stuff that I'll be talking about, like the Flex Tail Zero Flash 1200. Oh my God, that thing is awesome. I just did a video on that too, so make sure you check that out on my channel. It's the Flex Tail Zero Flash 1200. I'll put a link in here if I can. If I can't, it's there, you get it. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to this episode of Metro on the Move. Until next time, guys, let's keep moving.